And we're live. A couple more things to do here, and we will get started. Admittedly, I played a little bit more after the last stream, and the challenges do get a little bit tougher. Like, one of them I'm going to be doing today is, if I remember correctly, I actually have to diagnose what's wrong with a particular unit that's coming in. So that should be a little bit of a challenge. And it's done there. Go, let me get my headset. Put that over here. Alright, let's see here. Alright, career continue. Give that a moment to load. I'm actually pretty interested in seeing what else they're going to add to the game, because they've already got a lot of various brand names in here, so it would be pretty neat to see a few others. But enough of that, let's see. Oh yeah. What's this? Upgrade. Upgrade to 8 gigabytes of RAM, run 3D Mark, complete by end of day. Okay. Well, PC ready to boot. Well, let's go check this out. I don't remember exactly where I left off, but I'm pretty sure I accepted another job to... Let's see. Let's open up the email. Okay, that's the one I'm working on now. This is the one, the diagnose and fix. He's in transit, so he'll be here tomorrow in the game. Upgrade parts needed. Isn't up to my high standards. Can I do something about that? It would be good if you could benchmark it afterwards. Easy enough. I gotta wait for his computer to get here so I can see what his current CPU is. But this, if I remember correctly, I had already ordered the 8 gigs of RAM for him. So now I just gotta install it and run 3D Mark. Okay. And we'll just open up that shop for, you know, because I'll eventually need it, so we'll just leave it there. Okay, let's take a look here. Boots. And I'm gonna have to install some stuff here, so let's remove the side panel. Okay. Ooh boy, that RAM is gonna be tough to get to. I'm gonna end up having to take off the... Well, I can take off the fan. Does it let me take the... does it let me take off just the fan? No, it's gonna make me take off the whole cooler. Darn. Yeah, because, I mean, if you're not familiar, these little hooks right here, they basically hold the fan on. And as you may be able to see, the RAM is right here. So, well, let me see if it lets me just take the RAM off button without moving that. Because, I mean, in real world, you'd have to remove the fan. Let's see. Well, I can't really... There we go. Okay. Well, I didn't have to remove the fan at all. In the real world, you would have to... you'd have to get that fan out of there. Which is not too hard. Those little clips, they come right off. But yeah, you'd have to remove the fan. Or if the fan was a little more attached to the air cooler, which in this particular one it's not, but if it was, some of them bolt onto the air coolers, or some of them have these little clips. You would actually just have to take the whole thing off, and unfortunately that's how some of those fans are. They're so, well, the coolers I should say, they're so large that they block some of the surrounding parts there that you would need to get to. But it didn't care in this case, so let's see. Oh gosh, his cable management is kind of janky. Well, let's see. He wanted 8 gigs of RAM. Let's see. go. And I've got some used parts now that I've collected from all the other jobs I've done. Let's see, so let's install his single stick of 8. Go. 8 gigs of RAM is done. Okay, well, let's get you all hooked up here so we can boot. There's a tool within the game that you can buy where it automatically hooks up the cables and stuff for you when you press the power. Thinking about getting it, but I also want to save up because apparently, here also, this thing behind me, you can buy this. Basically, it's like another workstation where you can, work on computers. But look at that price. If you can see it there at the bottom, it's a little hard to see, but it's $1,500 just to get that. And as you can see, I'm just below 1,500, so it will pretty much eat all of my cash if I decide to get that. So yeah, we're gonna wait on that. And this is I have to be level 8 to do a third workbench, and then over here, level 6 to do a PC storage cupboard, which is going to be pretty neat because I actually want to do that because then I can, I guess, store all of my additional parts and stuff there, and maybe actually have some real inventory. Because at this point right now, I'm just every time somebody wants something like an upgrade, like if they want new memory or if they want a new hard drive or whatever, I just go and I order it and then I get it shipped to me next day, which can get a little expensive. And now if you want it the same day, it gets really expensive, so you definitely want to plan ahead, because if you want it shipped to you the same day, it's like $100 for shipping. If you want it next day, it's $30, which a bit more reasonable, but it's, it still eats into your profit a little bit. There's also an option where it's free shipping, but it takes forever to get to you. It takes like 10 days to get to you. So eventually I'd like to have enough money to make some stock here. Okay, enough of that. Let's power the sucker on. Oh, wait, I gotta install one more thing on this. Because I don't know if he'll actually have 3D Mark on the computer. So we'll put that in there. Power that on. Okay, he boots up. Excellent. He does not have 3D Mark. So let's get that added in here. Let's install. Let's do restart. Excellent. And now we're going to let 3D Mark run. So we'll let that go for a little bit. It takes a little bit of time. This right here is the perfect example of why a second workbench would be good, because 3D Mark in the game, it actually takes like a minute to run. So you would just basically sit there and, you could either sit there and watch it, or you could go and work on other stuff. But let's see, did I get any other? I don't think I got any other emails. In transit. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That one might be interesting, so let me see. My gaming rig isn't booting anymore. I don't know what's wrong with it. Can you diagnose what's wrong with it? It seems to power on okay, the fans turn on, but it doesn't get any further than the BIOS screen. Sounds like he, like his Windows drive is not functioning correctly, or it's not connected, which I've actually heard of before. People sometimes they get in there and they start messing around in a computer and they don't really know what they're connecting and disconnecting and end up doing something like that, and they don't know how to fix it. It's almost done. Well, I guess I could remove that because it's not gonna matter. Oh, 3D Mark's done. Let's see what we got. 2063, which is not very good. And yeah, okay, so I ran 3D Mark for him. And now we'll remove 3D Mark. Restart. Not that I really have to restart it, but... Okay, well, I can just shut it down now. Okay, turn off. Okay, so let's get in here. Let's take out all the cables. Yeah, let's put that back on. Okay. So it's done. Let's pick it up. And we'll leave it there by the door, and should be able to jump into the email now and collect our payment. All good. Uh-oh. Lots of emails there. Okay. Let's see. Just add the following parts to our range: a GeForce GTX 980 and an MSI Radeon R9 280, 3 gigabyte. Okay. Thanks for the announcement. Let's see. Oh gosh, this is that one guy that always decides he's just going to email you for no reason, even though we fixed his computer a couple of times, and unfortunately now he just randomly emails me about all kinds of stuff. Blake Patterberg is proud to present the Film Classics Archive. Temporary URL pending industry sponsorship. A carefully curated collection of cult films dedicated to protecting and preserving classics like Babes of Planet Bethamore, Wet Heat, or Dry Heart, and the Frauenbuster series. Founder Blake Patterberg is an industry professional with over 5 years' experience as assistant junior moderator at the community-led news and reviews authority Movie Maniacs. Thanks to his passion for true cinema and appreciation for the classics, the Film Classics Archive is guaranteed to be around for generations to come. Testimonials from, oh god. Yes, Blake Patterberg was on our moderation staff. He always loved his films, especially those funny foreign ones. Quick payment, no fuss. A++ buyer. Like an eBay feedback. Only Blake Patterberg and the Film Classics Archive have what it takes to preserve cinematic history. Sign up as a supporter today. Oh, that's silly. Yeah, that's the one guy you help him out one time and suddenly you get email from him all the time. We've all got that one person that does that to us, or sometimes multiple people. Okay, let's see what's up with this guy. Oh, did I accept the last job? Okay, good, I did. Hold on. Diagnosis infects. Okay, this one I can discard because I've already finished it. Okay, that's in transit. That's in transit. Okay, what's this? PC is super sluggish. I need to upgrade the CPU. It would be good if you could benchmark afterwards, please. Can you get that done by 1/23/2018? 13 days. Okay, well, he's given us tons of time to do it, which is good. So I could make the extra $30 by getting the super slow shipping, or I could just order it with other parts and it wouldn't matter. That's another thing I realized, is that whenever you get a PC in to repair, instead of going and ordering every time you need a new part, wait and gather them all up within your shopping cart. Here, I'll open this up here. Gather them all up into your shopping cart for the day and then get them sent over, because if you do, like, say somebody needs extra RAM, boom, you put the order in, it's done. And then later on in the day, somebody needs a new motherboard, boom, you put it in, it's done. And then another one needs a new cooler or whatever. Well, you're paying $30 next day shipping for each of those orders. So a good way to save money on that is to basically stick them all in your shopping cart, but don't actually process the order until the end of the day when you're getting ready to go to leave the office, so to speak. So instead of paying $30 for each package, you pay $30 and all of that comes in one package. So that's another nifty way to save money here within the game. So we'll accept this. Fairly easy. And I think we're done for the day. And that's not here yet. None of these are here yet, so I can't do anything with these. And I know those others need upgrades, but I don't know what type of upgrades they need. So I'm going to have to wait. Let's see. Oh yeah, I opened up the Ryzen, some of the Ryzen processors, so I could order these now. Pretty neat. And then there's the i7s. A little bit of older generation, but those are still solid CPUs in real life. And I got the i5s, the i3s, and way down here we've got the Pentiums. And it's bottom of the bucket Celeron processors. Opened up some Team Group stuff. And of course the Sheen. Let's see, Power Supplies, Cooler Master stuff, and Silverstone. Silverstone's a pretty good brand. Cooler Master's okay. I don't know. I bought one of their power supply units many years ago, and it did fine. It wasn't a huge upgrade. It was like a 500 watts, so it was a fairly I guess average power supply, but it did fine. Did okay. Wasn't the prettiest thing, but it did fine. Let's see, cases. That's neat. Lots of Cooler Master cases. This is a brand that I recently found online. They're a real brand. Rygen Tech. But yeah, they're a real brand. And the one thing I found out about them is that they make aftermarket coolers for graphics cards, and they're very large. But I mean, for graphics card cooling, you kind of need, I mean, especially if you're going to be doing overclocking. Oh boy, yeah, you're going to need some serious cooling. So I was looking at them, and they have some interesting products. You can probably look them up online. But here it looks like we have a case. Let me see, cooling solutions. Well, look at that. I got cooling solution here. Now that's for CPU. That's not for the GPU. So then more of this. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh yeah, more Tony. Got some Seagate stuff in here. I've had some Seagate drives. Let's see, motherboards, Gigabyte. That's neat. It's kind of cool to see Gigabyte in the game. I imagine at some point MSI is going to unlock here. I'd like to see some Asus in here too. And let's see, graphics cards. DFL. Sheen. EVGA. Another real brand name. Gigabyte. MSI. Those are very solid brands there. Although I've wavered a bit on MSI because I had a really bad experience with one of their motherboards lately. Ended up switching to Asus, but hey, it happens. Every now and then you get a bad part. But okay, enough of that. Let's end the day here. I'm gonna shut that down. And let's see. Oh, I gotta turn off my lights. Let's see, everything's powered off. And you actually do have to check this. You want to make sure that your computers are off, everything's powered down, and turn off your lights, because this will actually save on your internal electric bill. Yes, you do have to pay an electric bill every month in the game. The last one I had was $94, which isn't really that bad. But then in the email that they sent me, they said, oh, just a reminder, make sure you turn off your lights at the end of the day. I didn't even realize you could turn the lights off. And yeah, so you can turn the lights on and off. So when you leave for the day, turn the lights off. That'll save you a few dollars probably. Okay, so let's head on out of here. Leave the workshop. Let's see. I paid that already. Paid the utility bill. Real cheese. Guilty C. Sick pal. Okay, anyways. We'll end the day. And there we are. And go to work. Oh, looks like the computers have arrived. Let's head on inside. Oh, wait, can I turn this off? I don't think I can. Doesn't look like it's on anyway. Okay, let's turn on some lights here. Get the power going on the computer. There we are. Open up the email and the shop because I'll be using both of those. Nothing new. This one's the diagnose and fix. Upgrade CPU, upgrade CPU. So both of those need new CPUs. Let's do the diagnosis first. Just because that one looks like it'll be interesting. Oh, hold on here, just to make sure I get the right one. Go to PC. Okay, diagnose. Diagnose and fix. All right. Okay, so just to be certain, GameWare isn't booting anymore. Oh, okay, that's what's wrong with it. It's not booting. So let's try turning the power on, see what happens. Often the BIOS will give you a clue to what's wrong. Oh, okay. Well, if nothing happens, then it could be a broken power supply unit. That doesn't help, work your way through the components until you find the broken ones. Easy enough. Okay. I imagine we're probably going to need to remove this anyway. So let's take that off. Let's see what we got. I don't think it would be this obvious. Sometimes you can go through and just kind of look at something and oh well, so it's not booting. Let's see, cables look okay. Well, let me spin this around here and we'll remove this. Just a quick look, see if all the cables are connected. Okay, that's hard drive. Yeah, everything's connected there. Okay. So let's get all plugged in here. Go and get some power on it. And let's see what our BIOS screen has to say. No CPU found. That is not good. That is not good at all. Well, let's shut down the power and... Oop, no, I didn't want to do that. No, I didn't want to do that. Stop it. Okay. Let's unplug the power here. What the heck, I'll just unplug all this stuff. Doesn't really need to be in there. Okay, so it's not finding the CPU. Let's see. So let's unplug that and let's take a quick look. Okay, so it's a Ryzen CPU. I wonder if it's just not seated in there correctly. Would they be that? Would the game be that that picky as far as what to repair? Excuse me, getting a sip of water here. Okay. Well, so I don't think it'll be something as simple as just removing the CPU and then putting it back, would it? I mean, I gotta try it. I mean, might as well, right? CPU processors. Oh, well, it's already telling me it's broken. Okay. So I guess we're gonna have to get him a new Ryzen 5 CPU. So let's exit that. Well, hold on. What was it again? Let me see. So Ryzen 5 quad-core 1500X. So we need to go order one of those. There we go. Ooh, $190 for that. That seems a bit expensive for a Ryzen 5. Well, maybe not, maybe not. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of something else. Okay. Okay, so we'll add with that part. So $220, and that's already including $30 next day. Okay, so I already know what's wrong with that. It's not getting us. Well, I guess I could put the Ryzen 3 in there just to make sure that that's the only thing that's wrong with it. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Let's see. CPU. Put the old Ryzen 3 in there. And let's see. Put some thermal paste. Where are you? No, wrong thing. Tools. There we go. Put a little thermal paste and. Hey, where'd the cooling go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Put that on there. Oh, no, wrong thing. Cables. Make sure that's going. Okay. Oh, wait, back out of that. And let's put the cables in. And just like that, let's see if we, at the very least, get to the OS. Because if we get to the OS, then we know that it is just, in fact, the CPU. Even though it's telling me, because sometimes it's not just the CPU, sometimes it's something else. I think it was Jay's 2 cents over on YouTube. He thought he had a bad processor, so he just stuck another processor in there, and unfortunately that processor then immediately went bad. Turns out that it was a bad motherboard. So I may actually fry my other Ryzen CPU here. But it's just a game, so I'm not worried. Oh, powered on. Let's see. Ah, and there it goes. And it's in. So, yeah, it is just a bad processor. Okay, so we'll shut that down. Let me grab my Ryzen out of there, because I'm definitely holding on to that. Take that off. And I'm taking my CPU back. Okay. So let me bring this computer over here for now, because I'm not done. So that's got a CPU on order. Okay, what's this? Upgrade CPU, upgrade CPU. So both of these are upgrade CPUs. Okay. So let's get this one, bring it on over. Okay. Well, first off, let's figure out. Let's figure out first which CPU we got here. He didn't really specify what CPU they wanted to upgrade to, just that they wanted an upgrade. So let's plug in here and see what kind of CPU they got. Oh, wait, I forgot. Hold on. Let's see. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Install USB drive. Okay. Well, I wonder if... no, it doesn't give me those options. So, okay. So add remove programs. Loading 3D Mark. Will it run system info? Kind of strange that that isn't automatically on the computer itself. I mean, because in Windows 10, you can just look it right up. You can look up all your system information. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, it's a Ryzen 3. Some power draw 400 watts. Rear clock speed of 2400. Okay, so he just wants a better CPU. AM4's got 4 cores. Well, I mean, technically an upgrade for him would be a Ryzen 5. I mean, he didn't say anything about going to Ryzen 7. He wasn't specific. Let's have a look at other stuff. Socket AM4. 4 gigabytes memory frequency. Let's see what kind of RAM, DDR4. Hard disk drive, 320 gigabytes. Pretty small. 3 gigabytes per second. Physical memory available, 8 gigs. Virtual memory. Physical memory load. Well, I guess, yeah, I mean, he just wanted an upgraded CPU. So we could just go to the... Well, I mean, the Ryzen 5 is really the only other thing I can order for him. Because there isn't anything else that I can order. Let me see. Cool. Well, that's the one that I already put in for the other one. Let me see, where was it? CPUs and processors. Yeah, the Ryzen 5 is really the only other one that I can order. That would be... Well, no, I could do the Ryzen 5, or I could do the 1500X. Well, the 1500X would be a pretty good upgrade. What's he got in here again? It just says Ryzen 3. 3700 megahertz. Let's see, 3700 megahertz. I imagine that he's got the 1300X then. And let's see. That's a base frequency. Cores. That wouldn't... I mean, he wanted an upgrade, so... And he wasn't specific. So I guess we're going to bump him up to the Ryzen 5. Okay. So let's bump that up there. And let's shut down. Let's get all this disconnected. Okay. Oh, wrong thing. Grab that. Come on over and set that down. Okay, so I've already got the Ryzen 5 on order for him. And let's see. PC can boot upgrade. Oh, this is another CPU upgrade. Okay. Let's see. Am I just going to be ordering a whole bunch of Ryzens today? This is the guy that gave me a lot of time, but I mean, I'm ordering CPUs anyway, and I'm going to pay the $30 for next day shipping anyway, so I could just get him ordered in right away. And power. Oh, I didn't put the... I always forget that. I always forget to put my drive in there. There we go. Okay. System info. Start. And let's see what we got. Okay. He's got a 4-core Intel CPU, 4 gigahertz, an 1151 socket. Okay, well, we can check and see if maybe there's a part that has a better base clock, maybe more cores. I'll be honest, I'm not nearly as familiar with the Intel CPUs as I am with AMD. So, it's an 1151 socket. I actually don't know if I have anything. Well, I've got some i7s. Well, that looks exactly like what he has already. I mean, yeah, those are the same specs, right? 4 cores, 4 gigahertz, Skylake, 91 watts. It looks like he's already got something. I mean, I don't want to just lie to the guy and be like, oh yeah, I got you a new processor, and throw in another i7 if he's already got that. Huh. Let me check something else here. Yeah, and they're not offering a whole lot of money. $200. Huh. Well, sometimes a little bump in RAM can help. Well, memory clock speed. Yeah, his memory's a little on the slow side. Yeah, I mean that's if it doesn't really tell me exactly what CPU it is, which I hope they update with further patches in the game. It just says Intel Core. I'm imagining it's the i7 because everything else here matches. Let's see. This graphics card is fine. What's with the RAM? 2133. I mean, heck, you could just bump that memory clock up, and that would give him better performance, slightly better performance. You may notice it. How much does he have physical memory available? Only 4 gigabytes. The guy's got an i7, but he's only got 4 gigabytes of RAM. Okay. Yeah, that's suspect. Go and drop tons of cash on your CPU only to cheap out on RAM. So I'm thinking the RAM upgrade would be better for him. Because he's got a good processor. Let's see, what about the hard drive? 5 gigabytes hard drive. Well, in real life, this would be the part where I'd probably get the guy on the phone and be like, "Okay, this is what's going on. you've got a good CPU. You'd probably benefit from RAM. Let me see if I can. Well, I may have some RAM already. Well, let me shut it down here. Shut down. Let's okay, let's unplug our power here real quick. Let me take my USB drive out. Yeah, I wonder if putting on another stick of RAM would help him. Because as it is right now, he's got just the, well, Sheen Titan 4 gigabyte. Let me see. Memory. 2 gigabyte. Well, that's 2300. Well, I could swap out his RAM because this has a higher base frequency. So, so that would help his performance some. But I can't ask him for $200 just for swapping out a stick of RAM. It's ridiculous. I have a feeling that, well, I mean, I could just sit here and ponder it forever, or I could actually do something. So let's go from 2133 to 2400, and I mean, if you're gonna get an i7, dude, you might as well have a nice chunk of RAM in there. So let's see what we got here. Here we go. Look at that. Team group, 8 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes. Look at that. That's pretty. That's also $175. I wouldn't make any money off of the deal. Well, I could also go with these. These seem to be. Let me see. Do I have 80. That would be $160 if I got. Well, that's 2133. We don't want that. Here we go. Well, I could order this, and then yeah, I think I already have the other one. The other stick I have is the exact same type. But just so you'll know, you would normally want to order 2 sticks at the same time because generally they work better together. If you can manage it, then yeah, do that. 2400. Let's see, and that's 16 gigs on 1 stick. Look at this. This one, the Team Group one, is actually cheaper than this one. I would most likely go with the Team Group one. Well, let's do... I'll order 2, and I'll install 1. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, so 2 of those, and then 2 sticks. $30 next day. Okay. So we'll put that order in. And at this point, I can't really do much else. Let's see. So that I ordered the new CPU for. Ordered the new CPU for that. And this guy wanted an upgraded CPU, but he doesn't really need it. So I just got him more RAM. Huh. Well, that's all I can really do for now. So let's shut that down. Let me see. Let me disconnect some wires here. Just in case there's a lightning storm. Last thing I need is to fry some customer's computer. Okay, there. So I'll exit that. Well, that's really all we can do for now. So let's turn off the lights. It stinks that I still have computers that I haven't. Well, I mean, I've already got them going, but it still feels weird not to have resolved it. Okay, so let's see, tomorrow's Friday. Okay, well, we'll end the day because there's nothing more I can really do. Okay. We're here. All of our stuff is here. A couple of Ryzens and a couple of sticks of RAM. Okay. Let's get on over here. Turn the lights. Okay, so this is the guy that we were just going to change out the RAM. That still bugs me though. It says upgrades. It's not going to let me do it, is it? Because it says specifically upgrade CPU. I mean, and I've got time, but I just don't see the point in upgrading that if I can't even order anything else. Well, oh, I think I know what I can do. I just figured it out. Every time you level, a new product becomes available for you. So I bet if I finish the other 2 first, it'll possibly level me up. Because since I have that much time, it'll level me up, and then by then I may open up the newer Intel CPUs. Duh. Okay. Well, that makes sense. In my hurry to get things done, I didn't even really think about that. So let's bring this back over here. Wish I could just stick it here. Oh well, I ordered 2 sticks of RAM that I didn't need, but eventually I'll sell those, so not so bad. Let's see, that was an upgrade CPU. Oh, and this was the install the new Ryzen. So let's go install our Ryzen CPU. Alrighty. Install CPU. There we go. Oh, that one's broken. I should just sell that sucker. And we're going to install our new Ryzen. There we go. and we need some thermal paste. Tools. There. A little bit of thermal paste on there. And let's see our cooler. Go, and make sure we plug in the fan header. Excellent. Okay, now let's get all hooked up here. There we go. Okay, so let's boot on up. Hopefully this will do it. And there it is. We are good to go. Let's see, did I leave any software on here that I needed to remove? No, we're good. Okay. So we boot up, and he's got a pretty cool plane. Well, it looks like a, what is it, an F-22? Okay, so we'll shut it on down. Let's unhook our cables. And let's put our panel back on. See, this was the right panel, right? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, that's right, I took off the rear panel too. Okay. So I had to check for cables. Get that sealed up. And I think it's good. Yeah, we're done. Let's go leave that sucker by the door. There we go, so that's done. Which one is this? Okay, let me go collect our payment real quick. There we go, all done. Oh, didn't want to open that yet. Just added the GTX 970. Okay, good to know. So that one's done. Could discard that. And let's go and replace CPU on this one. Okay, so let's see. Got to pull up the little arm here, pull that out, and we're putting the Ryzen 5 in that one as well. That one, it's broken, so let's just dump that and sell that sucker. Okay, so I've got a couple of Ryzen 3s just hanging around here now. That's nice. And let's see, we're going to install that. Let's get some thermal paste. Okay, and let's put the cooler back on there. Make sure we get the fan plugged in. Go. Good there. Let's get plugged in. And can power this sucker. Okay, boot it up. Oh, let me put in my USB drive. Okay. Let's see. That's from system. Oh, he wants me to run 3D Mark. Get that installed. All right. So we'll run that. And while that's running, I'll go check some email. That's the one that I'm waiting on. That one's running 3D Mark. Let's see. Oh gosh, it's this guy again. This was committed to backer. You can. No pressure. Do you still have the link? I can send it to you again. Did you get my email about the Film Classics Archive? It's going great so far. I've already got 5 users in a heated debate about Captain Cartwright on the forums. Behind the scenes, I've been ripping my entire collection of cult classics to populate the Film Classics Archive, but I'm actually running out of hard drive space again. Could you add some more storage for me? So he needs 8 terabytes. Okay, we can do that. Except I'm going to need to order it. Storage. Ooh, hold on, come back. There we go. So we're going to need some pretty beefy drives here. Let's see what we got. A couple of Seagates will probably do the job. Make sure we got the right numbers. Okay, good. So we've already got his stuff on order. Okay, let's see. 3 Mark done here. Not bad. Ryzen 5. GTX 960. Okay, well, we're all good there. So let's uninstall all the stuff we don't need to leave on here. Not yet. Restart now, just to get all that gunk out of there. And we're good there. Okay, so we'll shut that down. Let's get on back over here. Let's uninstall the stuff here. Excellent, so now we can just slap side panel back on. And that should do it. All right, that one's done. Excellent. Now we come on over to collect payment, and I imagine as soon as I collect payment, I'm gonna get another email. There we go. $200. Yep. Okay, so that's good. So we can delete that. Still waiting on that. Is in transit. What do we got here? PC super sluggish. I'm after 8 gigabytes of memory. It would be good if you could benchmark it afterwards, please. When I picked up a load of stuff, a load of stuff came out. It's not like that inside, is it? He wants me to clean all this dust out. Okay, that's cool. I may already have the RAM that I need. Excellent. So yeah, we'll accept that. And let's see, I still got plenty of time on that. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for the end of business today. Yeah, not much more I can do. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta send that out. There we go. So that'll be here tomorrow. Or Monday, because technically it's Friday in the game. Oh well, so let's shut on down here, and I think that'll do it for the stream. It's still a pretty interesting game. It's very... I mean, if you're not into computers, it's very bland. But if you like computers and parts and stuff like that and tinkering around, it's kind of a neat little game. I guess whenever we go to the free build, there's a free build section that lets you kind of, I think it opens up just all the parts and you could build like your dream rig and that sort of thing. So yeah, I think maybe on the next stream we'll do that just to see what it's like. But other than that, it's a pretty interesting game. Hope to see that they add more stuff in here for more brand names. Anyway, thanks for checking out the stream, guys. I'll stream this again probably in a couple more days. And We'll see you all later.